Ladies, welcome to the Feminine Mystery. My name is Azalea Dawn, and on this channel I discuss femininity, leveling up, and getting yourself into the right hypergamous relationship for you. If that sounds right for you, then please check out the rest of the videos on my channel and feel free to subscribe for more content. I upload every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Today's topic is all about leaving a guy who just really is not good for you. A guy who's not, maybe the worst guy you've ever met, but he's not really ready to be a masculine provider on your behalf. Now, when a guy is less than great, when he is somebody who might be, a bit of a bad boyfriend, it's easy to say, oh, yeah, you should dump him, you should leave him, you should, let go of him. But what about when a guy isn't bad? He's just, not everything that you want. What happens then? Today, I wanted to make a video just for all of you who might be in relationships where you are, maybe with a good guy, but he's just not everything that you want. And that brings me to my first point here, ladies. Don't live in denial. You want what you want. Now, first of all, I have to apologize if you're listening. I am a little bit under the weather right now, a little bit congested, so please excuse me. But I just want to emphasize here that you want what you want. If you are following this channel, if you are following luxury level up channels, femininity channels in general, chances are you aspire to live a luxury lifestyle, and you deserve to be honest with yourself about that, right? Don't gaslight yourself into thinking that you're okay with things just staying the way they are just because the guy that you're with, you might genuinely love him. He might be a really good guy. He might be a guy who is very caring or who has, many positive qualities, but he's just not able or willing to be a financial provider. And you want to be honest about that reality and just, let it out, feel those feelings, accept the reality of the situation, because it's one thing to live, a little bit with regrets from things that may not have gone well, but you don't want to live in regret about not having gone for something that you truly wanted. Now, ladies, my next point here is don't make excuses for him, all right? Because would he excuse your bad behavior if you started doing things that your current boyfriend would not like? Would he make all the same excuses for you that you're making for him, right? And I just want to put this out there because a lot of times women are very generous, very caring, right? There's this saying that that message on planes where they say to put your oxygen mask on before helping others is for women because men know better. They would not do these things, right? In the same way, are you making excuses on his behalf that he would not make for you? If things were not going well in your relationship from his perspective, would he stay with you? Right? And you really need to be honest with yourself about that. If you were to suddenly gain 70 pounds, right, and be heavy such that he's no longer attracted to you, or maybe it's the opposite problem, you've lost so much weight and that's just not what he's into, would he stay with you? Would he continue to stick it out while his family and friends were telling him that he could do so much better and he could be with somebody more attractive than you? Would he stick up for you? What about if he were to suddenly find himself with somebody who fell seriously ill? Would he stay with you, right? I've seen a lot of, hospital rooms, there's usually like this little chair in the corner just for somebody who is there to stay with you. And I can count the number of times on one hand that I have seen a 20-something-year-old man in one of those seats. And I think most critically here, if you were to stop all physical intimacy, would he stay with you? Would he stay faithful to you? If you were just to say that you're no longer going to have any sort of physical intimacy in your relationship, how long would you really expect him to stay there with you in the name of love, right? Once he stops getting what he wants out of this relationship, is he going to continue being in it with you? right? And I say this because, at the end of the day, you don't want to be sacrificing the best years of your life for somebody who would not do the same for you. If you're with a guy and you're currently making all these excuses for him, like, oh, he can't make money because of this, he can't make money because of that. I mean, honey, your best years are passing you by. You will age, and suddenly you're not going to have all of that beauty that you had when you were young, for better or for worse. You don't want to throw all of that away making all of these excuses, especially for a guy who has not committed, right? Because again, when it comes to not making excuses, you need to look down at your ring finger. If this is a guy who has not committed to you, who has not married you even, is this really what you want to do? Now, one difference that I've noticed between men and women in life is that women are often seeking safety and security, right? While men are looking for that bigger, better opportunity at all times. So even in the job market, men will negotiate higher salaries even if they're risking losing that job because they're looking for bigger, better, while women will take what they're immediately offered because they're looking to be safe and secure. But what I want to say is that you don't want to let the fear of the unknown trap you with a bum. At the end of the day, if he's not making the kind of money to support the kind of lifestyle that you desire, you should be honest with yourself about that, but also believe that better is out there. Whether you place that in the hands of a higher power or if you just want to look at the numbers. I mean, statistically, if there are 7.6 billion people in the world, even if only 1% of them are rich, that's millions of people. So you can find somebody for you who has what it takes to provide for you the way that you desire, right? It is possible, and you want to believe that it is possible to give yourself the courage to take the next step. Now, speaking of next steps, we're going to talk about what those might be for you, right? It can seem like a breakup, like even if you look at the media or you just look at the way that a lot of people approach relationships, right? Most relationships are ended by women, statistically speaking. And a lot of times, what precipitates the end of a relationship is some big a catastrophic event, some big catalyst like cheating or infidelity or lies or discovering that something has happened, right? There are a lot of reasons to just suddenly dramatically end a relationship and fighting and yelling, right? It's all about, like in that sense, reacting to a situation. But what I want to challenge you to do, ladies, is be proactive with your situation instead of reactive, right? I want you to consider planning your departure, planning your exit in advance. All right, don't wait for a catastrophe to end your relationship, but you also don't have to end your relationship right now. You can take your time in this relationship, especially if this is a good guy, you enjoy spending time with him, you may even feel like you really love him, even if that is not forever, right? Spend your time in this relationship planning for the end of it. Not in like a sad or macabre way, but plan for yourself to get to the next bigger, better thing. Invest in your body, in your health, in your fitness, right? By working out. Make sure that you're taking regular time. Instead of spending it all with this boyfriend, take some time out for you to relax, to read, to educate yourself, to work on your mindset and getting yourself ready for the next thing. Maybe even start a spiritual practice, right? Or if you are in a relationship where he is shouldering some of the financial burden, but not all of it, right? Take the opportunity to start investing in yourself more and giving him more of the household or everyday things to shoulder financially. Let him pay more of the rent so that you can start to get your hair done, get your nails done, go to salons on a regular basis and invest in yourself. And even if he has, like maybe a little bit more wiggle room, start to think about places that you might want to go, right? Start to think about how you might want to travel with him while you have the opportunity. Because even if he is only going to split the travel 50-50 with you, if you want to stay in that relationship for now and just go ahead and do it and have the experience, that's a great thing to do as well. Really take advantage of the moment and plan for things that are going to upgrade you so that when you're ready for your next situation, you're going to move into that in an even better position than you are currently now. And finally, ladies, if this man stays exactly as he is, will he take you to where you want to go in life, right? We need to accept that we're not able to change people. We can't make changes to other people that they don't want for themselves. We have to, at the end of the day, go with the flow, accept what other people are going to do with their lives. And you really need to think about whether or not this is the guy that you want to spend the next 50 years of your life with, right? Think about it as if, I sort of frame it as when I bought a Louis Vuitton bag, a Louis Vuitton Speedy, right? That bag was great for a year. It was great for 5 years, but it's not the only bag that I would wear for the next 50 years, right? In the same way, is there room for you to grow in this relationship, or is there room for him to grow in a way that he wants to? And will the growth that he wants to make in his life take you to where you want to go? If the answer to that is no, it's very possible that you are simply in the process of outgrowing this relationship, and that is fine. That's okay. That's natural. So I would support you in making whatever decision with this information that you would like to make. And ladies, all I have to say at the end of this is that I support all consensual, loving relationships. There is absolutely no pressure to make any decision besides the one that you want to make, and I support you no matter what that is. I will see you in my next video, and until then, I'll see you next time.